Michael Venom Page is looking to resume his welterweight rankings climb against Colby Covington. As we all know, Michael Venom Page recently fought Charbullet and fraud checked him at middleweight, and I don't really know why he took a middleweight fight. I guess it did do good things for his legacy and his credibility and his career because he fraud checked a uh, rising star of sorts. A lot of people were really starstruck by Charbullet's double spinning back fist knockout against uh, Armin Petrosian, I believe it was. But yeah, Charbullet had in Charbullet's previous fight to him fighting Michael Venom Page, he hit a double spinning back fist against his opponent, and it really just kind of sent a lot of MMA fans into a frenzy. Charbullet started getting like countless TikTok edits of him, the pirate, all that stuff. He got a lot of hype. He became a rising star up until Michael Venom Page fraud checked him at middleweight not too long ago. What I just don't get is why, I feel like even though Michael Venom Page did great and fraud checked a up and coming rising star, it was still out of the way. It was still a side mission. It doesn't do much for him at the weight class that he wants to thrive in. It was a middleweight fight. It wasn't a welterweight fight. Michael Venom Page wants to climb the welterweight rankings, not the middleweight rankings. So although it gave MVP a lot of hype, the whole I am the captain now thing, I still believe that MVP should have stayed at welterweight and just fought another welterweight fighter, But still, it's still great on Michael Venom Page for doing that. Charbullet has been officially fraud checked, and Michael Venom Page has gotten a lot of TikTok edits of himself since then. So great on him. But he is looking to return to welterweight and fight Colby Covington next. Colby Covington recently fought Joaquin Buckley, pretty much got beaten by Joaquin Buckley. Colby had moments in that fight, but Joaquin Buckley was ultimately able to rearrange his face, to which the doctors had to step in and stop the fight. Since then, Colby Covington has been going on delusional rants, but he's always been known to do so. Recently talking about how he would beat Bilal Muhammad, but he couldn't even fucking beat Joaquin Buckley. So I don't really know where to go from here with Colby Covington. I have made numerous videos on him, most of which have been negative, because he is a fucking clown. I don't even think he deserves to fight MVP. I think that would be too good for Colby. But nevertheless, I think the UFC will make it happen. Colby is obviously fucked if he doesn't wrestle. But good news for Colby, wrestling kind of does prove effective against MVP, especially if MVP is not prepared enough for it. MVP is obviously more of a striker. The wrestling is kind of there, like MVP can grapple, but of course, he's just more of a striker. Colby Covington is more of a wrestler. He is his whole fighting style wrestling based. Striking is more like pressure based. He's a pressure fighter when it comes to striking, but it's not going to be effective against Michael Venom Page, who can work off the back foot and throw some really well timed, deadly, precise stuff that can definitely fuck up Colby Covington's day. But what Michael Venom Page has to be cautious of is Colby Covington's wrestling, because if Colby Covington can get past the awkward angles and the really nice striking of Michael Venom Page, then Colby's going to be able to bring Mike against the fence, pretty much hold him there, crotch sniff him, wrestle fuck him, go for trips, bring Michael Venom Page to the ground, and try to just dominate MVP on the ground. We're looking at the two fighters and thinking about a winner. I would give it to MVP, just because Colby Covington, in order to wrestle MVP, would have to get past the striking of MVP. And I don't think that's possible for Colby. I think Colby's entering his washed era. Colby's already thinking about the WWE as well. I made a video on that recently. So, why not go ahead with it? I think it's time for Colby to leave the UFC and go to the WWE. Okay, Colby, I think he's past his prime. He's not doing much. He's not willing to change a lot of his game plan in order to win. We saw that when he fought Leon Edwards. He tried to. Okay. I take that back. He tried to change it, but he didn't change it in a smart way. Colby Covington tried to transition into some kickboxer when he fought Leon Edwards, and it was shitty. It was so disgusting. The way he tried to fight Leon was dumb as hell. And then he kind of attested it to him breaking his foot in the first minute of the fight, which just did not make sense. But yeah, and then he fought Joaquin Buckley. He had moments, but Joaquin was ultimately able to drop him, and then again ultimately able to just cause so much damage on the face of Colby Covington. The doctors had to step in. So yeah, Colby not on a good run at all, and I think it's just really time for him to either get cut or voluntarily leave the UFC and make a name for yourself in the WWE, which Colby can do because Colby can rock a mic. He can talk really well. He can entertain. All of that is needed in the WWE. He can join CM Punk in the UFC type WWE guys and make a hell of a career for himself. So ultimately, what's stopping him right now? I think it's Colby's pride. I think Colby will want to stay in the UFC. He already talked. Even in the media article that I covered, Colby talked about moving to the WWE in the next 2 years. I think he should do it now. I'm sure Colby's going to be adamant about staying in the UFC for those next 2 years. I just think it's not possible if Colby's going to continue producing stinker after fucking stinker after stinker. And I think in a fight against MVP, there's a good chance that Colby will come out into this fight and be shit again. But who knows? Colby could somehow be able to bring back prime Colby and be able to find smart ways to get MVP to the ground or get MVP into bad wrestling situations and basically dominate MVP on the ground, so much so that MVP cannot get anything going on the feet. But I am obviously going to doubt that happens. I would go with MVP to win, just because MVP, again, he's great with working off the back foot as well. He's going to be able to find really nice, clean punches, really nice, clean kicks off of really weird angles. It's going to throw Colby off. And if MVP can land really clean with a lot of power, he may even be able to knock Colby out. But no, Colby does have a great chin. So I don't know if that's possible. But still, who knows? If MVP can land that clean for that long with that amount of output, he could probably knock Colby out. Who really knows? But my money would be on MVP being able to land punches on Colby all night without Colby being able to wrestle MVP. And if that happens, MVP is either going to knock out Colby at some point in the fight or inevitably win via decision. So with me, I'd play it safe, and I'd go MVP winning this fight via decision. But I disagree with this fight happening at all because I do not like Colby Covington, and I do not believe Colby Covington deserves a fight against MVP. I think Colby Covington either has to fight down in the rankings, or get cut, or voluntarily leave and join the WWE. Out of the three possibilities, I would be more comfortable, and I would encourage either a move to the WWE or straight up retirement, or not retirement, or straight up being cut from the UFC. I would absolutely support the UFC cutting Colby. Even though Colby has done a lot, trust me, he's done a lot, he's fought a lot, he's made the UFC money because he's really great at entertainment and fight build-ups. But when it comes to him fighting, like the actual fight in the octagon, he's shit. He is shit. His prime was losing 2 fights against Kamaru Usman. That was it. After that, he had a nice build-up to those fights with Kamaru Usman, but after that, shit. Absolute shit. Does not show up. If he does show up, it's in increments. I don't know what else to fucking say about it. The wrestling looked good. The striking looked good. Doesn't look good right now. I think it's the end of the line. It's the end of the line. But again, I'm sure the UFC will give him a multitude of chances, and one of which will be a fight against MVP. So yeah, I do think the UFC will set up this fight, and I do hope and I do believe MVP will win it. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.